Alright guys, so I've been asked to shoot a behind the scenes video. So I'm gonna show you behind the scenes. So you see I still have my backpack on. I'm gonna walk you through a little bit of this, what goes on. So this is my tripod, this is my setup. I'm gonna talk about the light box and the microphone later, but that's my Manfrotto phone mount. If you're new to my channel, I do everything from my iPhone. So if you want to see more, I've got you on a gimbal right now, and I'm probably going to take you off the gimbal and get you back on the tripod. But if you want to see more, stay tuned through the intro. Alright guys, so I now have you set up on my tripod. So we're going to use this tree and this tree over here for our hammock, which is in our backpack. We have a couple other things in here, which I'll get to in just a minute. Let's just get started with the hammock though. So we're gonna come and grab our hammock. So this bag, behind the scenes, we'll talk about stuff. So this is my Condor Solveig Gen 2, I believe is what it is. I did a video, check out, I'll put a card up top. This is my favorite backpack, period. I love this. Condor actually sent me this bag to test out and review. And it has been my go-to YouTube bag ever since. Plenty of room, plenty of pockets. Yeah, it's just really awesome bag. So here's this. It actually comes with a front panel that has MOLLE attachments on there. I take it off just because it kind of limited some access. I didn't really need it on here. So yeah, let's get our hammock out. So we're gonna have to get some other things out before we can get to the hammock. So we got our action cameras. We'll get to that in just a minute. So our hammock straps. And now our hammock. So this hammock that I am using, it is my red and black Nortec double hammock. Now I have a pile of hammocks, but this one I really like just because of the sheer size of it, and I just got tired of replacing and redoing hammocks every single time. Now I hang this up every single video. I'm doing exactly what I do for every video, minus recording myself doing it. But trying to do a video and then trying to swap out hammocks, it was just really difficult and just got really time consuming. So this one's simple to hang. You see I already got the tree straps hung up. Other than clipping these carabiners in and some minor adjustment, it's ready to go. So, and even as many times as I've done this, I still don't get it hung perfect the first time. There is still some adjustment that takes place. Alright, so our hammock's up. Now, we've got to figure out, do we want to run secondary angles with action cameras? Today, I'm going to. So stay tuned. I'm going to get you repositioned and show you how we do that. Okay, so yes, I am on the ground, but there's a reason. It was just a little bit too much to do in the hammock. We're going to get there in just a minute. But so what all, you may be asking, what all do I have in my bag? Well, I have a couple things. I do actually carry a second hammock. This is my Wise Owl. I believe this is the ultralight hammock. There's a bunch of trash in the bottom. I've got to clean this bag out. But also what I carry, ink pen, index cards. This is where I do my cheat sheets for my videos. I don't script my videos. I do a cheat sheet. So I write just facts down, things that I need to tell you guys about the product that I'm reviewing. So I write all that down. Do I have anything in here important. Nothing in here super important. And I have my action camera case and my other action camera on a tripod. So that's pretty much all I have in here today. One thing I do like about this bag, I have emptied it out and carried it when my wife and I were going on a trip. It wasn't a flying trip, it was just we were driving somewhere going for the weekend, and I took this bag for, like, as we walked around, as we went and did the things we wanted to do, not for clothes. But what was really cool about this bag, it does have a laptop sleeve in here, but what I like about it is whether I'm bringing it out here or I'm traveling with it and I'm taking my drone, this back pocket here is made for a hydration bladder, and you can see this foam pads here. I mean, awesome, feels really good. But this is perfect for my drone landing pad. It slides down in here perfect, zips up, and it doesn't take up any other space, especially if I want to take my laptop, which can go in the actual laptop sleeve. So let's get our bag out of the way. So we are going to set up 2 secondary angles. So we're going to use our AKASO Brave 7LE. This is on our Joby tripod. Everything I mentioned today, I will put in the description below, links to it. That way, if you're interested and you want to go check it out, you will be able to do that. The next thing, we're going to pick our other action camera that we're going to use. So I did a review on this case, but it literally has all my chargers, all my cameras. You can see all my cameras except for my Brave 7LE and one of my EK7000s, which is set up in my truck as a dash cam. Been meaning to get around to do a video on how I got that set up, but I haven't. But we got batteries, chargers, we've got all that kind of stuff. That way I can throw this in a bag and I can take it with me wherever I want to go, and I have all my cameras. So what we're going to set up is we're going to use one of our little DJI tripods that came with one of our gimbals. Now I have 2 of these gimbals. This one is the Osmo 4 and I have the Osmo 2. This is what we started our video with, was the Osmo 4. I really like it because it has the removable phone holder that you can take off whenever you want to. So there's that. So with those gimbals comes this tripod that you can attach to your gimbal. But this is what we're going to use today for our second or third angle. So there's that. And I think we're going to go with the EK7000 Pro. So let me get in here and get an SD card. Let me find. Alright, so we've got an SD card. Let's slide you in there. Make sure we have a battery. We have a battery. Now, the EK7000 Pro does not have a tripod mount, so we're going to use our attachment. So they come with a waterproof attachment. They also come with this. So just for out here shooting like a secondary angle, I just am going to use this. It clicks in like so, and then we can take our tripod here and it just screws on. So there's that. So it's on there. Now I may have to adjust this, or I may just adjust the actual final video when I'm done, but that's just going to sit on the ground and give us an angle. Alright, so there's that. So we are good with the case. So let's zip the case up, get it back in our backpack, because the last thing we want to do, and I'm moving you guys all around, the last thing I want to do is leave something in the woods. So let's get that situated, and then now I'm going to show you how I set these up. Alright, so my hammock is behind you. So I'm fixing to set up the Brave 7LE. I always have to think about it. I have so many of them. But anyway, so what I like about this Joby tripod is it's flexible. So what I like to do, and it is broke, so I have to be mindful of that. So let's turn it on. Make sure we're in video mode. And flip it around to front, and then we just figure out where we want to put it. Break off some of these limbs. Come in here, and I think that might hold. Alright, so there's that. So we are set up with a secondary angle right here on this tree. Normally when I'm doing this, if I'm using it for a secondary angle, I'm going to go ahead and hit record because I've already got everything set up. But I've got to set up my other camera real quick, then I'll turn this one on. Alright, so now we are set up at an opposite angle. So our Brave 7LE is over there. Our EK7000 Pro we have on this tripod, which is going to sit low to the ground, which is fine. And if it's not 100% level, we can adjust that in post, so we can fix all that. But what I will try to do is find a stick or two just to pick it up a little bit, because I don't want it sitting too low to the ground. And that's kind of what this tripod's designed to do, is sit low to the ground. But if we can pick it up just a little, it won't be looking at the ground. Alright, so there's that. Let's get you turned on. And I think we're fixing to hit record, and then we're gonna get in the hammock. Alright guys, so now we are all set up. I've got a camera over here looking at me, I've got a camera over here looking at me, and they're all recording. So that is kind of behind the scenes. Now I will say, my Manfrotto camera mount, if you're not familiar with my channel, if you're new here, a lot of my videos, all of my videos, I've never shot a video for my channel using anything other than an action camera or my iPhone that I had at the time. Now I have had a couple upgrades, so quality has of course gotten better. I've learned a few things along the way. Of course, that's what we always do. I have learned a few things when it comes to lighting and all of that. Now I do have this light box, as I showed you earlier. This light box does zero good out here. If I'm on switch, nothing, and that's on high, so no good it does out here. I mainly got the light box set up for when I do some of my videos inside. So I've had videos where I've had to do them inside because of the weather, and they were crunch time. I mean, they had to go out. And I've had other videos where the glare out here would be too bad to show you what I'm trying to show you, so I do them inside. So that's one reason I got the light box set up, the microphone. But that whole setup, I'm going to talk about in a whole nother video. But if you're interested, shoot me a DM, I'll tell you all about it. But we've got two setups here, or two cameras on each side, and we've got our main camera here. If you're interested how I do my editing, I do all my editing in an app called Video Leap. That's where I do every bit of my editing for anything from YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Any of my video editing takes place in Video Leap. I love it. It is my favorite app ever. When it comes to editing, it's just the greatest, in my opinion. I don't do any of my editing on a computer, therefore I don't have any of the high-tech editing softwares. Now, one of the questions that came up about my behind the scenes and how I do my setup is, how do I overlay video? So normally, and the audio. So one of the things that I do, and it's really, I'm just gonna have to explain it to you because I can't really show it to you today. But one of the ways that I do that is, if I have a secondary angle, I always keep my audio from my main camera. Usually it's the best anyway, because I've got an action camera 10 foot away from me, which means it's not going to have the best audio quality. My Brave 7LE accepts an external microphone. I don't have that hooked up. So the best case scenario for me is using my main audio. So when I do that, I overlay, I have to drag. It takes work. I have to drag it until everything lines up, and I can hear it, just the audio is not the greatest, especially YouTube worthy. So I have to move and shake and get everything lined up perfect, and then I can cut that audio out of that video and just use that video on top of this one. And I'll give you some examples in here because I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with this video and show you the different cameras. So right now I'm looking at the AKASO Brave 7LE. That is what is recording our video right now, except our audio is coming from our iPhone 14 Pro Max. All right, and then right now I'm looking at the AKASO EK7000 Pro. It's getting our video, but our audio is coming from our setup on our iPhone, which is our mic up here, and it's wired in through my iPhone. So this is a fairly new setup I have here, but this is what I have done since I started using action cameras. This is exactly how I've set them up every single time. You can see I'm in a vast wooded area, so I try not to pick the same place for 2 consecutive videos. So I move around. So finding a tree to accept that Joby tripod, it's not always hard because it's flexible. Throwing one on the ground like that, we're not in the most level area, but it gives a good low angle. So there's that. I've even attached them to my tripod and gotten just an up close view here. So that is kind of behind the scenes. Everything I have, I carry in a bag except for my tripod. My old trusty hammock here. This is an Anor Trek double, and love it. It is perfect. It's showing some wear. I've been doing videos in a hammock now. I've been doing videos for 5 years, but I've been doing videos in a hammock for probably 4 years. And the main hammock I've used is this hammock. So it has stood the test of time. It has definitely been a really good hammock. But yeah, there's that. If you have any questions about any other stuff from behind the scenes, there's times when I come out here and I'm able to batch record a couple reviews. And when I do that, everything goes in my bag. So I may have a extra shirt, change shirts, different camera angles, whatever, but everything is carried in that bag. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing, but everything I've talked about today, if you're wanting to get into YouTube or even just dabble with action cameras and play, everything that I have mentioned here, I am going to try to link in the description below. If I miss something, if there's something I talked about that I don't have linked in the description, leave it in the comments and I'll get you the link to it. And I say that, something I thought about while I was thinking about this video, my Manfrotto phone mount that I have my phone sitting in right now, my previous phone mount I had in the house, and at the time we had an inside cat, and the cat knocked my tripod over and it fell from off the table, hit the floor. The tripod, the phone mount broke. The tripod luckily didn't. We've had this tripod for 12 years now, 10 years. But the phone mount broke. So your affiliate, when you click on my affiliate links and you make a purchase, that money goes to things like replacement of a phone mount, or a better microphone up here, or if something happens to my hammock, a better hammock or a replacement hammock, stuff like that. That's where your affiliate clicks and your purchases through affiliate links, that's where that money goes. It doesn't just go in my pocket. It goes off to the side in the event that I need to purchase something. So this isn't a video asking for clicks. This is a video showing you behind the scenes, but also explaining to you. I know that before I started YouTube, I didn't understand affiliate links, and I wouldn't click on one to save my life. I would do everything I could to avoid clicking on an affiliate link. Now that I do YouTube and I understand what they are, it doesn't cost you a dime extra to click on an affiliate link. All it does is it gives me a little bit of a kickback for you taking my avenue to get to where you're going. And that money goes back to my channel, things that I need to upgrade. There's going to be a day when my tripod fails and I've got to buy a new one, and tripods are not cheap. So stuff like that, that is where my affiliate money goes to if you make purchases through my links. So if you have any questions, I am an open book. I will answer any questions. If you want to get started with YouTube and you're curious how I do certain things, drop it in the comments. I may, if y'all are interested and want to see how I edit in Video Leap, I may try to do a video on that. But drop it in the comments and let me know. If there's an interest in it, then I'll definitely do it. and I'll come and do another kind of video like this where I have a secondary angle, and I'll do a tutorial on how I edit that. So if you're interested, drop that in the comments. And thank you for all the questions and stuff like that in the comments that I do get. It's awesome. Gives me video ideas, things that I have not thought about. I've been planning on a behind the scenes video, and this video is getting way too long, but I was thinking about a video, behind the scenes video, for a while now, just haven't got a chance to do it. So thank you for the question, and it gave me a chance to get out here and do this video. So that is all I have for today. So drop any questions in the comments. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure to hit a thumbs up. Share this video with somebody who wants to know. Maybe you got a friend. Maybe you're not interested in starting YouTube, but you've got a friend who's starting it. Share this video with them. Let them know, hey, it's not hard to do action camera. These are 2 action cameras. And if I bought name brand action cameras, man, I don't even want to know what that would cost. These right here, probably a total of $200 worth of action cameras setting up behind you shooting me. There you go. So that's all I've got for today, guys. So until next time, please stay bearded, get outdoors, and God bless.